So let's roll to the next one. Now, what we're showing y'all is
the world's coming to an end.
This world is jacked up. The world is jacked up when Esau is in power. This is what happens, and it's gonna lead to what we get to eventually when we deal with what Esau is deeming us as a hate group, which they lying. Right. Meanwhile, this is what's happening on their watch. That's absolutely fine. Go ahead. Is this the video?
The state of Mississippi is raising eyebrows for some and creating full-blown outrage for others after the Republican-led State House passed a bill that would form a court system of unelected judges and prosecutors to preside over part of the capital city of Jackson and expand the Capitol Police Force.
So what's happening is they're going to set up officials, politicians that are not voted on. Go ahead, press play.
In short, instead of giving the city's majority black residents an opportunity to exercise their voting rights to elect judges and prosecutors, the power would fall to government officials. Joining us now is one of the biggest opponents of this legislation, Mississippi House Minority Leader Representative Robert L. Johnson III. Representative, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
So I want to start by reading part of your joint statement about these bills. You say HB 1020 and SB 2889 are an insult and a distraction, taking power away from the citizens of our capital city while we waste critical hours sitting around and letting hospitals close and our people die. You go on to say these bills are what modern-day Jim Crow looks like. Explain to us how this bill even got this far along in the process to begin with.
Well, we have a supermajority-led House and Senate and a Republican governor. And as I described them from time to time, they are kind of new to this process. And they don't have any respect for the rules, procedure, or the tradition of the legislature. And so we don't even, there are even opportunities to debate some of these issues. They've just decided that they're just going to run roughshod over the whole process and have what they want.
All right, so just break it down for us in layman terms. If this were to pass, what would this mean for the black residents?
Well, they would essentially have judges who would be appointed by a Supreme Court justice who was appointed by this very governor that is engineering this effort. They wouldn't have any say-so in that judgeship, those multiple judgeships. And so those people would answer to no one who lives in Hinds County. Not only would that judge not be elected, that judge could come from anywhere in the state. And so that the Constitution says all of our judges should be elected, shall be elected. And so this takes that right to vote, that right to exercise their constitutional power from the people in the city of Jackson.
Paul.
So all the cases.
Paul, so they're passing a law that would take the right to vote away from the people. As if it means something anyway. This is what y'all got to understand. All of this politics, all of this voting, all of this stuff is a shadow to keep you asleep, to give you the illusion that you have power. And we're going to show you that with the next video. What minute we at right now? To what? All right, keep playing, because he's going to say something.
Give me the most important part of this. So all the cases that anybody brings against the state of Mississippi, and we bring them all the time. I'm a lawyer. If you sue the state of Mississippi, they have to come through the circuit or chamber.
What's going on? That was the time? All right, cool. So pretty much what's going to happen is these judges, these officials, they're elected by the governor. They weren't put in by the people, and then they don't have to answer to anybody. So they never get let go of. So go to Lamentations 4 real quick. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. Our people keep getting food over and over and over again. Not understanding. Y'all crying to vote. They don't give a damn about your vote at the end of the day.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. As for us.
As for what?
As for us.
As for black people, read.
Our eyes as yet failed. For our vain help.
For our what?
Our vain help.
For our vain help. Now, go to the next video. Go to the next video.
We begin today's show in Tennessee, where a Republican supermajority in the state legislature carried out its threat Thursday to expel 2 black Democratic lawmakers from their seats for peacefully protesting gun violence on the House floor last week.
Pause.
Breaking with...
So 2 black politicians got kicked out of the office because they were, what's the word? Peacefully protesting. Go ahead, press play.
Decorum as thousands rallied outside the Capitol to demand gun control days after the Covenant Elementary School shooting in Nashville that killed 6, including 3 9-year-olds. Justin Jones of Nashville and Justin Pearson of Memphis are both African-American and from Tennessee's 2 largest cities. They were part of the Tennessee 3. But the vote to expel their white colleague, Gloria Johnson, who joined them in solidarity, narrowly failed.
Pause.
In a minute, we'll speak with Jones.
Now, this is what I want y'all to see. Oh, there you go. Perfect. You paused it right at the right time. Go for it just a little bit. I want to make sure that everybody can see who the third person was. No. Dang.
We want to see all 3 people.
All you had to do is press play a little bit. Go back to the scene.
Boy.
There was 3 people on the
Jones and his colleagues defended themselves.
Pause.
All right, so the sister in the middle.
Let me say something.
She is Esau. All 3 of them was there, but only 2 of them got kicked out of their positions of power. Sound any fishy to y'all?
Yeah.
It's a setup, bro.
You're right.
Look, she bringing it. Look, she bringing everybody in. Look at her holding her hands. Come in to get fired.
Hey, get that in Proverbs.
Yep.
Because get that in Proverbs 11:21 and hold that picture right there.
Yep. The book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Though hand join in hand.
The what?
Though hand join in hand.
That's what we looking at.
The wicked shall not be unpunished.
Mm-hmm. That it?
But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
So you see us joining hands with our oppressors. That they think that's going to be helpful,
Right.
and yet what's happening right here?
Exactly.
They lose their seats for a peaceful protest.
Yep.
And have not we heard so many times when we protest and we're not peaceful, we used to be like Martin Luther King.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They should know how to protest.
Yep.
So then they doing it the so-called white way, the right way, according to Esau, right? The white way, and we still can't win.
There you go. Go to Psalm 73. Go to Psalm 73 and go to the next video.
The white way.
So you see the 2 politicians, they marching in together, but only 2 of them got put out of the office. Go to the next video, the article I mean. Now, before we read the scripture, I want to read this article because they say something in this article exposing it. This ain't it. That ain't the article. It's an article dealing with what we just watched. Let me see. Maybe I'm wrong.
Hey, so while they're getting that, it's interesting. History keep repeating itself.
That's Northern Kingdom. Come on, y'all. Follow with me.
Damn.
Thank
You talk about MLK, Malcolm X. When he first started off, he said he ain't got nothing to do with us. But then when he mixed with them, everything went to hell in a handbasket.
There you go. All right, let's read this. Scroll down. Yep, read that.
Ousted Tennessee lawmakers say they felt targeted by GOP since day one. An interview on Meet the Press, Justin Jones and Justin J. Pearson, who were expelled over their protest against gun violence, vowed to return to the legislature.
Scroll down. All right, let's read this.
2 black Democrats who were ousted from two black Democrats who were out. What's wrong with y'all back there? 2 black Democrats who were ousted from the Tennessee State House said Sunday that their presence there had been a source of tension from the start, even before their protests on the chamber floor in the wake of a deadly mass shooting.
So before this happened, they were already feeling the pressure as the only black people in the political seats. Keep reading.
The GOP-controlled State House voted last week to expel Justin Jones, who represented the Nashville area, and Justin J. Pearson, whose district included Memphis, over those protests, arguing that they broke the rules of the chamber. A vote to boot Republican Gloria Johnson, a white Democrat who also participated in the protest, fell short.
Pause. Now, how is
bomb.
it they did the same thing, but they get different treatment?
Right.
They said, y'all broke the rules. Well, she was holding my hand as we walked in, Master.
Right. She broke me.
Yeah, well, it's a little different. She's white, but go ahead, keep reading.
Jones and Pearson, who took office in November and January, respectively, are community organizers and social justice advocates. And Jones has described himself as an activist.
Scroll down. Read that.
Asked by NBC News' Chuck Todd whether the history of activism made them targets, Jones said, I think our presence as young black voices for our constituencies, people who will not bow down, those who will not be conformed, that's what put a target on us the day we walked in the Tennessee General Assembly.
Go ahead, Cat.
They said those that will not be conformed, but you conform to the system.
There you go. Yep. There you go. You crying to the white man.
Hey, Kat, I just got to read this real
Yes,
quick.
yes.
Give me Ecclesiastes 4:1.
Bring it out, please.
Ecclesiastes 4:1.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 1.
We will not conform.
So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun. And behold, the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comforter.
We looking at this, and you see our people, we cannot look to these other nations for comfort. We have to turn back to our God. Go ahead.
And on the side of their oppressors.
And on the what?
On the side of their oppressors.
Uh-huh.
There was power.
There was power. And this is shown by the fact that even as the three of them walked in hand, the two brown-skinned brothers were the ones that what? They the ones that lost their positions. On the side of the white woman was power. Right. Go ahead.
But they had no comforter.
And they don't have no comforter.
Excellent. Go back, because I want to hit one major point in what we reading. Keep scrolling. Come on. Pull the article back up. Pull the article back up.
He continues, and so what we saw was a system of political hubris. This was not just an attack on us. It was an attempt to silence our districts. Pearson said he felt unwelcome since the day he entered the State House, which he described as having always been a toxic work environment. Mm-hmm. He had faced backlash from state GOP lawmakers when he wore a dashiki, a garment commonly worn in West Africa, on the chamber floor during his swearing-in ceremony earlier this year. Pearson tweeted that a white supremacist had attacked my wearing of my dashiki, and in response, Tennessee House Republicans argued that he violated the rules for decorum and dress attire, and that their criticisms were far from a racist attack.
So all I want you to see, all I want y'all to see is, guess what? These ain't politicians.
Right.
I mean, these ain't police officers.
Mm-hmm.
These are white first-class so-called citizens that are being racist. And he said they not conforming.
Right.
But I bet you dress like the white man now.
Yeah.
Because you learn real quick. I can't come in here dressed however I want to. I got to do it how they want to do it. Go ahead.
I was going to say, didn't Nancy Pelosi and them wear dashikis and there was no issues?
And they took a knee.
Yeah.
But it was Black History Month. Only for Black History Month.
But this also shows that America is just an extension of Rome.
There you go.
I get 1 Peter chapter 8 and I said 1 Peter. 1 Maccabees chapter 8 verse 15.
They had made for themselves a Senate house.
Made for who?
A Senate house.
No, who they made it for?
How they had made for themselves.
They made it for themselves.
Right.
They didn't make it for us. And even when we went to them in the book of Maccabees, guess what eventually happened? They took over anyway.
Right.
And we doing the same thing. You see the same thing. We trying to get in there to try to get some freedom.
Yep.
Like they had us in, if you read on, they had us in captivity then. We doing the same thing, just another extension.
100%. Pull back up the article. Oh, yeah. Pull that up first. Yeah, with them taking a knee. Pull that picture up real quick. And this is how you know that all of this stuff, this is only an act. Pull up one of the pictures so they can see it big. All this is for clout. They do this to appear to be black. Right, but if you are black day in and day out, they don't like that.
That's cap. That's cap right there.
Right. Exactly. Come on now, T. Pull the picture up. There we go. Boom. Y'all see that? It wasn't no problem then, because guess what? Everybody had heat. You see, they got the mask on. That was during the George Floyd time. That's what happened. So during that time, everybody was trying to be black. They wanted to appeal to black people. Yeah, we love y'all. All right, COVID's over, nigga. Take your mask off and put your suit back on. We don't give a damn what the hell you talking about. We appealed to y'all for a few months.
Right.
That's it. Go out of that. I want to go back to the article real quick.
I've never seen it. They would do anything like this. Like, we're gonna fool these niggas here.
Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down right there. All right. So anyway, yes, this attack is against us. Read that.
This attack against us is hurting all people in our state, he said, even though it is disproportionately affecting black and brown communities.
So he understands who he really represents. Right. The black and brown community. Read.
This is hurting poor white people.
Really? Really?
Their attack on democracy hurts all of us.
There you go. See, they always try to bring in, and why they always say poor?
Right.
I thought they weren't going to conform.
Right. Only poor white people. Right, but you want to be black.
Right.
You want to think you ain't conform. Right, but you want to represent all people. That ain't how this works. That ain't how this works. Now, I want to deal with how the white woman got punished. I mean, how the two young black men got punished and the white woman did it. Psalm 73, start at verse 2.
And what were they? They were protesting about what? Gun violence.
That just happened. Yep, the gun violence.
I got something for that.
And got put out of the office.
Yeah.
Psalm 73 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped.
Mm-hmm.
For I was envious at the foolish.
I was what?
Envious at the foolish.
Uh-huh.
When I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
When I saw the prosperity of the wicked. You know what else is funny about that? Hold on, we'll take this call. Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name, question, and comment? Where you calling from? All right. So what else is funny about this? It always say poor whites.
Mm-hmm.
So you automatically know rich white people don't give a damn about blacks. Middle class white people don't give a damn about blacks. You gotta be poor as a white individual to give a damn about black or brown people. That's what that's telling you. Subconsciously. It's just like, okay, so what about the other people?
Right.
Well, we can't represent them. They don't like us. They know that. But we can say these poor white people, they'll come and join us. Come on, man. Read that verse 4.
Yes, sir. For there are no bands in their death.
Uh-huh.
But their strength is firm.
That's the key part.
They are not in trouble.
They are what?
They are not in trouble.
They are not in trouble.
As other men.
As other men, like Justin Pearson and the other brother. Right. You can go into the courthouse on video, holding hands, all three of y'all, and only 2 people get kicked out of the office. How does that work? Can somebody explain that to me? Did they need a digital replay? Do we need to call the ref out there? Maybe they couldn't see it. Maybe they didn't see the play clearly, but all 3 of them marched in together holding hands.
Right.
Somebody make it make sense. Right. That's what it was. She was confused. She didn't really know what was going on.
Hey, Cap, you know I'm thinking about back with Fred Hampton with the Rainbow Coalition. Because he got Northern Kingdom, but he joined in with the poor whites too.
Right.
When they came in and shot them all up, they didn't die. It was them against the Black Panthers and they whole organization and what they was doing. You never heard about them getting arrested, shot up, nothing. But they was right there marching with them, saying they were standing with them. So it's been there.
Hey.
The scriptures say, where there is no vision, the people perish.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on I.U.I.C. TV. That's right, I said on I.U.I.C. TV.
Do you know history?
I'm going to show you and prove to you that the Israelites are black, were always black.
Dance for time, just move up your body. Don't get loose and groove on the body. Bruise, wine. Put on the armor, the procedure complete. Me nah go back, nah retreat. All traitors, every Jezebel must get delete. Me no sleep on a demon, me keep a full clip. Conspire me downfall, cause them want to see me slip. Stay close to the real ones, we seal off and legit. Cause I gotta use them to keep your soul from the pit. This a war life, I swear the damn thing.
Put out the order, y'all know what time it is. If y'all didn't know, we at war right now. We at war. We covered the current topics because we always keep y'all up to date with what's going on. But there is a war going on as we speak. Give me that Ephesians real quick. Ephesians chapter 6. Ephesians chapter 6. If you didn't know, right now, I.U.I.C is being labeled a hate group by many different organizations, by the ADL, by the SPLC, the Canary Mission, so on and so forth. And all of the accusations that are being targeted at us are false. So we got to make sure y'all understand what's going on when y'all seeing these things. Read that.
Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
For what?
We wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Y'all got to understand, we're not wrestling against flesh and blood. Read.
But against principalities.
But against principalities. Read.
Against powers.
Against what?
Against powers.
When you got, that's just what Cat was going over early. But on our side, there is no power. Our power is the power of the Most High God. Read.
Against the rulers of the darkness.
Against what?
The rulers of the darkness.
The rulers of the darkness. Read.
Of this world.
Of this world. That is our opponent. We're going against people that you can't just go out and touch and see on a daily basis. When you walk into the Trump Tower, they're at the very, very tippy top. When they step outside of the building, they get in a car that you can't see inside of. These are the people that have decided to paint a picture that we are our public enemy number one. But guess what? The good thing about it is we got the Lord on our side. Right. And as long as we got the Lord on our side, we good. So play that video real quick.
Shalom. I'm Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ, and today I'd like to present a sit-down discussion with the Jewish community. There's a lot of controversy. There's much hatred that you have towards us. We're the prophets of the one true God. So what we'd like to do is sit down with several of your leading Jewish personalities. The rest of you just stand by. Sit back, move out the way. We want to sit down with Yitzhak Yosef, who called black people monkeys. He's number one.
לא הכל כושים מברכים, אלא צריך שיהיה כושי שאבא שלו ואימא שלו לבנים. איפה אתה תדע? אם אתה יודע, בפעם שאתה יודע, ואתה יצא להם בן קוף, יצא להם בן ככה.
Number two, we like to sit down with Jonathan Greenblatt of the Anti-Defamation League. You have so much to say on the Breakfast Club in alluding that we have shot and murdered people in New Jersey. We want to sit down and discuss with you to produce your cause.
And look, they're entitled to their beliefs until that justifies shooting Jewish people with pellet guns on Staten Island. Or like, this is December. 3 years ago, December 2019, 2 black Hebrew Israelites went into a kosher supermarket in Jersey City and killed 3 people because they said they weren't real Jews.
Wow.
Shot them cold dead in a kosher supermarket.
Prove what those lies you have said. We want to sit down with the SPLC, Margaret Huang, and Beeson. You also pushed the lie that we have murdered people in New Jersey, so forth and so on. We want to sit down with APOC, Howard Core, and Lillian Pincus. Also, that latest group, the Canary Mission. We want to sit down with Adam Milstein and Howard D. Sterling.
When Tony asked about Canary Mission.
Who are the people involved with them?
It's him. That's him.
Adam Milstein.
Yeah, I don't know who he hired to oversee it. Adam Milstein. He's the guy who fucked it.
We need to expose the fact that they're anti everything we believe in. We need to put them on the run.
So Adam Milstein, he funds the Israel Project and he's funding the Canary Mission website.
Yeah, which is interesting because it makes it seem as though we're a part of it, but we're not.
We'd like to sit down with all of you. If all, one for all and all for one, however you want to do it. But we will sit down with you. So don't say we're running from you, we're trying to evade you. No, we're not. Okay? Reach us, call us at 1-855-484-4842, extensions.
So Bishop put the order out. They still ain't called yet, y'all. They still ain't called or emailed yet.
They ain't watching the show?
I don't get, ain't nobody got more media outlets than I.U.I.C.
They ain't watching none of the shows?
They ain't watching none of our shows?
We on Facebook.
Come on,
We
man.
on Instagram.
Reach out.
We on Twitter. We on Twitch. We everywhere you can be. Yeah. They got all this to say, but why won't they interview the bishop? I mean,
Breakfast Club ain't told them to call?
Last I checked, when you the talk of the town, right, everybody talks to you, right?
Right.
I I mean, even the damn the murderers don't got interviewed. Why did you do it?
Jason Whitlock ain't told him to come.
Yeah. But for us, for some reason, we so bad. We asking for the interview and don't get it. Y'all should question. This don't make no sense.
Yep.
Hold on. Since when do you not give the? I remember what's the name of the group? The Not Effing Around Coalition.
Yeah.
This guy got an interview with Dateline like the next day.
Right.
Yeah.
After he got like 200 black men together with guns. He's on Dateline the next day.
Yep.
We don't have like 200 missions with over hundreds of men, and we can't get an interview.
And we've been on the news too, everywhere.
Everywhere.
How
is that? So let's see. Let's go to Canary Mission real quick. This is the latest update they added to their website. Read that.
Black Hebrew Israelites, anti-Semitic extremists in the movement. Black Hebrew Israelites believe the black people are the real Jews. They claim they are the Israelites who descended from the biblical patriarch Jacob and his sons, known as the 12 tribes of Israel.
Now notice they always say they claim, they this, they that. How come they don't never say that when it's dealing with Esau?
Right.
Why are they claiming that? How do they automatically get the authority as being the people?
Right.
This is why we read Ephesians 6, so y'all understand. Understand we are at war with high powers. They think whatever they say is fact, and it's not. The Bible says they are liars from the second they are born.
Yeah, keep it up there. Keep it up there. It said that we believe.
Right.
Right? But I'll just read this for myself real quick. Jeremiah 14:2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black.
They are black.
Unto the ground.
There you go. Black. Bam. Go ahead, read.
A number of the groups in the movement are extremists and, virulently anti-Semitic.
All right, here we go again.
Israel United in Christ, I.U.I.C, is the largest of the extremist black Hebrew Israelite groups. I.U.I.C's most recent event was a mass rally in New York City in November.
Right.
We don't did a lot more since then. That's all you covered.
Right.
Little to your understanding. Go ahead.
In November 2022. The rally was held in support of Brooklyn Nets NBA star Kyrie Irving, who was temporarily suspended for tweeting out a link to an anti-Semitic black Hebrew Israelite film. Marching through Brooklyn in matching purple shirts, the group chanted, "Hey Jacob, it's time to wake up," referring to the group's belief that the blacks are the biblical descendants of the biblical Jacob. This was followed by, "We've got some good news. We are the real Jews."
Pause. So this is what's funny. What they failed. What about what you just read was anti-Semitic?
Right.
What was anti-Semitic about that? Go to 2 Corinthians 13. That you could do 13 and 8.
Hey, because we're not saying they're not
We say thank you.
Semitic.
Right.
Nobody
Nobody said that. We just said y'all not the Jews.
Right.
That's what y'all don't understand. The line of Shem is more than just the nation of Israel. But y'all don't get that. Y'all don't understand that. Go ahead.
2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 8. For we can do nothing against the truth.
For what?
For we can do nothing against the truth.
This is what y'all fail to understand. All y'all doing is putting us on a larger platform. And when people research us, guess what? We teach the Bible.
That's right.
The book that everybody says they believe in, we know it better than anybody on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
And we bringing out the precepts that gives them the understanding that's explaining who you are and who we are. Because what y'all fail to understand is when y'all say we not the real Jews, okay, tell us who we are.
Right.
Why do y'all never make a claim of who we are if we're not the Israelites? Because we can tell you, hey, y'all not the Jews. You are Esau.
Right.
But y'all don't never say who we is. Why? Why is that? Why can you never tell us who we are? Because you understand that you are lying and you're trying to keep up with your lies.
Right.
Was that it on that? Go ahead.
And a vagabond.
Hey, give me 1 Thessalonians 5 and 21.
Bring it out.
Like Kat was saying, hey, we calling you out.
Yep.
Bishop call you out. Every day we're going to call you out until you call back. That's what we're going to do. We're going to call. One day you're going to answer.
Right.
Read that.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 22.
No, 21.
21. Prove all things.
Guess what? We've been doing it. Now it's your turn to do it.
Right.
We've been proving with books, mainly the Bible. We got that on lock. You can't take away our history out the Bible. You can't. Now we calling you say, okay, prove that you are the real Jews. Just prove it. And not once, still to this day, even Esau did interviews with them in Israel, asking them questions. Hey, so what tribe you come from? Okay, prove it. My birth certificate. No, prove it. Anybody could do that.
35 years ago.
Yeah, 35 years ago. Anybody could print a picture of you and put a name. Hey, this is you. Prove it with facts, with history, things that happen to your people. Please prove it.
Hey, you know how they prove it. If you want this, you take it.
Right. Yeah. There you go. They get hand up against the wall. That's the problem. I.U.I.C is handing up against the wall. You know how when you grab somebody, you put them against the wall. Hey, prove it.
Right.
Prove it. That's what's going on there. And they can't take the pressure.
So they calling us a hate group. All we doing is teach the Bible, spread the word, clean up neighborhoods, teach radio shows, mentor young men, young women, you know, married couples, make sure they get the proper guidance, making sure they ain't just sexing 8, 9, 10 different women and then marrying one. But somehow that makes us a hate group. So
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.